Okay, so ilalive ko siya ngayon. Okay? Yan. Alright, so let's start. Kahit konti lang tayo. Yan, so pakitap-tap yung ating live. Yan, naka-focus ba? Naka-focus ba? Teka, gusto kong ayusin yung ano. Para hindi masyadong nasa side. Para hindi kayo masyado. Yan. Teka lang ha, inaayos ko para hindi kayo masyadong magka-stiff neck. Okay, alright, so let's start. Let's start. Teka lang. Sabihan niyo ako pag hindi niyo nakikita yung buong screen. Okay, so social science po tayo. Alright. So table of specification. So of course, may recall round tayo lagi. Okay, so recall round. The needed recall round 1. So RR1. Okay? So pag sumagot pa kayo, lagay yung RR1. The needed response to extreme poverty is, okay, so gold ba yan? Ito yung gold. Okay? Gold ba yan na multidimensional or multi-international na red? Okay, so ulitin. Bakit parang, teka lang. Bakit parang, ayun, okay. So again, recall round 1. The needed response to extreme poverty is multi-dimensional po ba yan or multi-international? Okay. Bakit parang masyadong nalilate yung ano ko? Okay. Ano pa yung sagot nyo dyan? RR1. Ilagay nyo po RR1. And please pakitap-tap po yung ating live. Okay. Ay, parang naglalag masyado. Okay, gold po ata, sabi niya. Mary Grez, hindi po, soksay po tayo ngayon. Okay, gold po ata, and your ata is correct. Yes, it should be multi-dimensional. Okay, iba-ibang dimension. Kasi nga, di ba, like, dapat, dimension sa poverty could mean or mean yung education, government, society, yan. So lahat-lahat po yan dapat nagtutulong-tulong. Okay? Kasi nga po, yung poverty as I have said before is marami ding reason yan. Okay? Hindi lang dahil wala silang pera. Okay? It's either hindi walang work, 'di ba? Yan, hindi nakapag-provide yung government, walang enough work, okay? Okay, hindi nakapag-aral, yan. So education, 'di ba? Okay. RR2 tayo ngayon. China's growing preference for cashless payment systems is part of what trend? Okay, so deglobalization ba yan na gold or red na digital transformation? Yan, so yung mga matagal na nagre-review sa akin. So alam nyo na, I stayed in China for 16 years. So sanay talaga kami doon. Nakahawak lang namin phone. Kasi nga, we pay everything via WeChat. Yan. So, alam niyo pa ba kahit, sa totoo po talaga, kahit yung mga mom and pop stores, yung mga sari-sari store, kahit pulubi doon, okay, i-scan mo na lang talaga siya, okay, or sila ang mang-scan sa'yo. Okay. Lahat po, yan. And yung sa sari-sari store po kasi doon, hindi po yung phone yung pinang-scan talaga nila. Meron po talaga silang scanner, ganon. So, imagine, no, yung sari-sari store, small store, pero nakaka-afford sila ng ganong, mga machine, okay? And RR2 is, of course, yeah, so digital transformation. So, from cash, which is traditional, nag-transform sa digital. Okay, you are very good. Okay, pakitap-tap yung ating live, please. Number 3, RR3, combating climate change involves changes in, okay, lifestyle po ba yan or attitude? Okay. So, RR3, combating climate change involves changes in, okay, gold po ba yan na lifestyle or red na attitude? Yan. So, choose the best one there. Yan. So para maging okay talaga, okay, yung pagsagot natin, okay, sa climate change. Ano yung best dapat diyan? Yan. So gold po ba 'yan or attitude? Okay. All right, tama po kayo diyan. The answer there is lifestyle. Kasi 'di ba, pag na-change yung lifestyle mo, 'di ba, lahat ng actions mo, 'di ba, is tawag doon, hindi, I mean, you will act pala, yan, naia-act mo, naia-act mo, okay, yung sa lifestyle mo, in comparison dun sa attitude, yung sa attitude, na sa isip lang yon, di ba? Yan. Pwedeng, ganito yung attitude mo, pero hindi mo gagawin, di ba? O kaya, ganito yung attitude mo, pero kabaliktaran yung ginagawa mo. O, di ba? All right, RR4, Nobel Prize laureate Elinor Ostrom asserts a formula for getting people to work together for the common good. Okay, this is known as gold po ba yan na collective action or red na common pool resource. Okay, so RR4. Okay, so Nobel Prize laureate Elinor Ostrom asserts a formula for getting people to work together for the common good. This is known as, okay, so collective action po ba yan na gold or common pool resource na red? Okay, yan, RR4. Okay, good job po kayo dyan. And of course, the answer there is collective action. Yan. Sinasabi niyang formula kasi, okay, so, unang-una, yung collective action, ang sinasabi niya is, imbes na masyadong nangingialam yung government, okay, pagdating sa preserve sa mga natural resources like tree, forest, water, ganon, ang sinasabi niya is you give the responsibility to the people, to the common people. Kasi pag binigay mo sa kanila yung responsibility, di ba? Parang mas maano sila na aayusin nila, okay? Yung decision making nila to preserve it, okay? Kasi magkaroon sila ng accountability and everything. Di ba yun? So, etong theory na to, meron siyang, hindi basta-basta naman ibibigay yon, okay, na, oh, eto na, kayo na bahala dyan. Hindi, meron siyang parang 8 steps ata yan, na number 1, ganito, number 2, ganyan. Yun yung formula na sinasabi ni Elinor Ostrom, okay? Yung common pool resource na sinasabi niya, ito pa yung mga natural resources na binibigay natin, yung decision making in managing them dun sa theory na collective action. Okay, minsan nababaliktad to. Okay, baka tanongin dyan, the collective action blah 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 was proposed by o the Elinor Ostrom. Okay, yan, baka mabaliktad po kasi yan. RR5, which global threat arises from suspicion rather than evidence. Okay, so North Korea militarization po ba yan? Or Iran's nuclear arms or Iran? Okay, so again, which global threat arises from suspicion rather than evidence? Okay, so North Korea militarization po ba yan? Or Iran's nuclear arms? Okay, yan. So suspicion po. Yan. Suspetsa lang ba? Hindi totoo. Yun yung sinasabi niya. Okay. Nung nagre-review ako, maraming nagkakamali dito kasi parang naguguluhan daw sila dun sa tanong. Okay, kaya aside sa dapat marami kang alam na mga concepts, dapat talaga magaling dun po tayo, okay? I-practice natin, okay? Kung paano maghimay-himay sa tanong and understand the question. Okay, tama po kayo dyan, okay? So, Iran's nuclear arms, yan. So, suspecha po pa lang po yan. Okay, pero yung North Korea militarization, of course, alam na natin talaga namang ano, autocrat, okay? Authoritarian, okay? Absolute authoritarian ang North Korea. Okay, so ang ating focus ngayon ay economics, okay? Pero of course, merong yung ibang questions would be shuffled, okay? Ayoko po kasi I'm not a fan po kasi na na yung parang isang live lecture ko is nakatutok sa isang subject ba yan or field, okay? Yan. Kasi dati pag ganun na boboard po ako yan. Okay, number 1, the economy of the United States is best described as a blank system, combining private enterprise with government regulation. Okay, so A, command economy, B, traditional economy, C, mixed market economy, at saka D, pure free market. Okay, so ilagay nyo po yung number. Number 1. So again, the economy of the United States is best described as a blank system, combining private enterprise with government regulation. A command economy be traditional economy po ba yan? Si mixed market economy or the pure free market economy. And of course, ang gagaling nyo, yan. So sabi na nga niya, combining. Ibig sabihin, dalawa, di ba? Two or more. So of course, it's mixed market. Okay, yan. So, tingnan natin, right? Yan. So, lagi nating nababanggit to. So, hopefully is na-master nyo na to. Pero ulitin pa rin natin. So, command economy. Alam naman natin pag command, okay? May nagko-command, may boss doon. Yan. So, sino po? Sa command economy, sino po yung boss? Yung government. Yan. So, lahat po ng production, consumption, distribution, pricing, lahat po yan ay ano ng government. Okay, yan. Decision ng government. Kaya ang example niyan ay North Korea, tapos Cuba, tapos Soviet Union. Historically, yung Soviet Union kasi wala na yan. And traditional economy, wala pong pera-pera dyan. Okay, it's barter. Okay, so bigyan mo ako ng vegetables and then bibigyan kita ng fish. Ayun, parang ganon. Okay. Yan. So, usually ang example niyan is yung mga tribes. Okay, tribes dito at saka tribe sa other countries. Okay, yan. So, although ang mga kasama nating AITA sa ata ngayon, nagbebenta na rin sila. Okay, yan. Alright, mixed market yan. So, may pangingialam ang gobyerno. Okay, and then, may mga private owned, most of the businesses are privately owned. And then, free market, okay, wag mo na yung pure, yung free market po, ay alam natin yan, di ba? Ang nagdedesisyon, okay, sa consumption, distribution, okay, production is yung, mga tao. Okay, yan. So, depende po yan sa supply at saka demand. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng free market. Okay? Pero yung pure free market, ang ibig sabihin po nun ay totally walang pangingialam ang gobyerno. And this is theoretical. Okay? It doesn't exist. Ganyan. Okay? But anyway, ang nakita ko dito, okay, rated by Heritage Foundation in 2025, ang Singapore is rated as the freest, okay, na free market. Okay? All right. Number 2, the economy of America grew significantly in the 20th century due to advancements in which sector? A, agriculture, B, manufacturing and technology, C, handicrafts, and D, pastoral farming. Again, the economy of America grew significantly in the 20th century due to advancements in which sector? A, agriculture, B, manufacturing and technology, C, handicrafts, and D, pastoral farming. And of course, oo naman, okay? Ang galing nyo, okay? B, of course. Yan, alam naman natin yan. 20th century, ibig sabihin nung 1900s, okay, yan. So, wag po kayong mabudol ha. Baka akala nyo 20th century is 2000s. Okay? Yan. Alright? So, of course, the answer there is manufacturing. Okay? Yan. So, sabi nga nila, nung 20th century, nag-decrease po yung agriculture. Yun po yung nakita ko. Okay? Because people started to move sa cities. Okay? And dahil nagbo-boom, okay, yung manufacturing and technology, yung handicrafts, which is made by hand, yan, naging hobby na lang siya. Okay, and pastoral farming, it was still, pero ang hinahanap po kasi din ay yung nag-boom, okay? Yan. Ang pastoral farming, meron pa rin naman po. Yan. Okay, so ito. So, paano nag-boom? Okay, yung technology doon. Okay, so manufacturing and technology. So, this is, dahil dito sa taong to. Okay, so which industrial figure played a major role in America's 20th century economic expansion by pioneering the assembly line and mass production system? Okay, red po ba na Andrew Carnegie and blue na Henry Ford? Okay, so remember yung assembly line and mass production nasa Industrial Revolution 2, tipo ba? Yung assembly line at saka mass production system. Ay, sorry. Yan. Yan. So, sa assembly line at saka mass production system, nangyayari po to kasi ang bawat laborer merong kanya-kanyang expertise. Yan. Okay? So, for example, gagawa ka ng gagawa ka ng purse, okay, yung pitaka, 'di ba? So, kung noon before tong assembly line at saka mass production system, kung noon ay gagawin mo lahat, okay, bibili ka ng tela, ipa-pattern mo, ikaw ang magsusu, yan. Pero nung may assembly line at saka mass production na, iba na yung bibili ng tela, iba yung gagawa ng pattern, yun ang meaning ng assembly line and mass production. And of course, the answer there is si Henry Ford. Okay, si Andrew Carnegie, okay, isang mayaman na tao nung 19th century due to his steel company. Okay, so kilala po siya as philanthropist. Okay, number three, which economic measure refers to the total value of goods, of all goods and services produced within a country's borders in a given year? Okay, A, GNP, B, GDP, C, CPI, and D, inflation rate. Okay, blurred na naman. Okay, so tingnan nyo po, ang hinahanap pa dyan ay total value of all goods and services. So dalawa lang po yung pagpipilian nyo dyan. Okay, kasi ang hinahanap na po dyan ay total value of all goods and services. Yan, so dalawa lang dapat yung pagpipilian nyo. And keep on tapping please. Keep on tapping our live. Yan, para naman masaya. Okay, all right, tama. Kasi sabi niya within. Okay, very good. Yes, of course, the answer there is GDP. Okay, kasi ang pagpipilian niyo lang pa dyan ay GDP at saka GNP. Okay, pag GDP, dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, yan. Ang GNP naman, parehas din po yon. Total value of goods, all goods and services produced anywhere. Okay? Lahat ng citizens ng Pilipinas, anywhere in the world. Okay? For example, ako, OFW ako halimbawa sa China, ganun. So, kung ano yung naproduce ko doon, kasama po sa GNP. Okay, yan. So, CPI, mamaya ko explain. Yung inflation rate, alam naman natin ang inflation, di ba? Yung pagtaas ng presyo ng goods and services. So, kung ano yung rate niya, for example, 5% yung inflation ngayon, ang inflation rate ngayon, okay? Yun yung percentage ng pagtaas, okay, yung inflation. Okay? 9 po, 9 po ako laging nag-start, guys. Guys, pakitap-tap naman yung ating live, please. Number 4, an economic system characterized by private ownership of the means of production and the creation of goods or services for profit in the competitive market is known as a socialism, B, communism, C, capitalism, and D, mixed economy. Okay, so ulitin natin, an economic system characterized by private ownership of the means of production and the creation of goods or services for profit in a competitive market is known as a socialism, B, communism, C, capitalism, and D, mixed economy. Yan. And of course, yan. So yan, marami nang nakakita sa ating live. Nag-start na siyang makita. So if you want to do mock boards, mag-message lang po kayo sa aking Blue app. Ayan. So sa Blue app na po, okay? Sabihin ko na kung asan yung Blue app kasi yung iba pala hindi alam ang Blue app. English nyo lang po. Mukha libro, yun lang po. Okay, yan. Huwag na po kayong mag-message dito sa TikTok. Okay, kasi papupuntahin ko lang din po kayo sa Blue App kasi doon yung GC. Okay, and then magdiretso na po kayong sabihin, ma'am, pa-add naman po yung GC. Ganun din yung, hello po ma'am. O ano po, mag-reply naman ako, ano pong need nyo? O, diba? Alright. Okay, so the answer there is capitalism, of course. Okay. Alright. Wala pala yung Mamaya, baka next. Okay, who is considered the father of modern capitalism? Okay, so ito bang Adam Smith or si Francois Quesnay? Okay, hindi ko ata Alright. So, who is considered the father of modern capitalism, Adam Smith or Francois Quesnay? Actually, marami siyang Ito ay siya ang father of economics, father of microeconomics, o, di ba? So, the answer there is tama, okay? Adam Smith, dahil dun sa sinulat niya na Wealth of Nations, kung saan na-discuss niya yung invisible hand, di ba? Yan, division of labor, yon. Okay? Si Francois Quesnay, kilala siya as physiocrat. Okay? So, madaanan naman natin yon. Okay. Alright. Hindi ko pala na akala ko meron. Okay, so ito, explain ko lang. Socialism, di ba? Ito yung, ang ang decisions, okay, when it comes to production, blah, 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 is nasa people. Okay, and but of course, sino ba yung people? Okay, the people is represented by the government. Okay, yon. Pinaka goal po ng socialism is para there would be equality. Okay, yan. So equality to reduce equality. Yung communism ganun din po kasi ang communism is a form of socialism. Pero ang pinaka goal po ng communism is uh, i-control lahat. Okay, na yung mode of production, etc. Okay? Yan. Opo. Na ano ka na, naayos ka na. All right. Number 5, the economic and political theory that a country's power is directly tied to its wealth, measured by its stock of gold and silver, is called a capitalism, B feudalism, C mercantilism, and D socialism. Okay. Yan. Keep on tapping the live, guys. Makakatulong po yun sa akin. Yan. And also, yung mga naghahanap pa ng mga videos na mga libre, you can access libre. Meron pa akong YT. O yan. Gurography din po yung name. Okay, tama. Alright, so the answer, ang galing nyo Yes, so yan. So it is mercantilism. Yan. So yung power po doon ay nakatay dun sa, ang sinasabi po kasi niyan is, para yumaman yung isang tao, ang dapat gawin ay mag-accumulate ng wealth. Sabi niya, it could be either damihan ang export, mag-stock ng gold and silver, yun yung sinasabi ng mercantilism. Okay. So syempre ang capitalism, alam naman natin, 'di ba? Ang power relies to kasi ang capitalism is 'di ba is privately owned usually yung mga businesses. So paano ka magkakaroon ng power? Syempre, 'di ba? Kung ikaw na businessman ay alam mo kung ano yung mga innovations, 'di ba? Magaling yung entrepreneurship skills mo, 'di ba? Yan. Kaya mong pataasin yung productivity, ikaw yung powerful. Okay, feudalism, alam naman natin pag feudalism agad land lang po 'yan. So sa feudalism, powerful ka kung nasa iyo yung land, 'di ba? Kasi andun lahat yung loyalty sa iyo eh. Alright, ang socialism naman, nabanggit ko kanina, di ba? So, powerful na yon pag wala ng poverty. Kasi nga, ang gusto ng socialism is mawala yung inequality. Alright. Number 6, which economic indicator measures the total income earned by a nation's citizens, including those working abroad. Okay, so A, GDP, B, CPI, C, GNP, and D, trade balance. Number 6, which economic indicator measures the total income earned by a nation's citizens, including those working abroad? A, GDP, B, CPI, C, GNP, and D, trade balance. Guys, medyo minsan kasi yung account ko. So paki-follow nyo na lang po ako para pag nag-block po yung screen nyo, ibig po sabihin nagkaka-invisibility restriction po ako, is mababalikan nyo po ako, di ba? Diba? Yan, so sana all bumabalik. Alright. So of course, nasabanggit ko na kanina, 'di ba? Pagdating sa total income, 'yan. Total income from where? Oh, dapat alam niyo po 'yun kasi binabalik-baliktad lang po 'yon. Total income from where? Goods and services. 'Yun po yung sinasabi niya doon. Okay, para hindi po kayo malito. Alright? So, sabi niya including those working abroad. Of course, the answer there is GNP. Sana all binabalikan. Nga sana nga 'di ba? Ikaw din hindi. Okay. Alright. So, trade yan. So, GDP, alam na natin yan. GNP, mamaya yung CPI. Okay. Trade balance. So, may question po ako dito. Ito po, ano po talaga to? Yung question na to. Actual question po to. Yan. So, which of the following best describes a good trade balance for a country? A, when a country imports far more good than it exports. B, when a country exports more good than it imports. C, when a country imports and exports are balanced, and D, when a country trades with other nations. Or yung isang version nito is, which is an ideal trade balance, sabi niya. Ideal na trade balance. Ay, blur. Malabo ba yan? Kasing labo ba ng Kasing labo ng relasyon. Okay. Guys, ano naman? Patop-top naman. Habang masakit ba yung fingers nyo? Patap-tap naman. Show love, show love. Oo, sorry guys, kailangan po kasi nilalagay yung hand ko doon kasi nare-restrict po tayo pag wala. Yung pag napakaano po kasi yung TikTok, yung kasi marami daw po kasi yung parang pinapalabas nila na live sila pero hindi. Yan, so dapat may nakikita sila na gumagalaw. Yan. Marami nga pong ano mga nawawala na accounts dahil doon. All right. And ah, ideal. Okay, okay, okay. Tama. Ayan. Yay! So, walang sumagot. Walang namili sa letter C. Very good. Yes, kasi ang hinahanap po dyan ay, ang trade balance po talaga ay of course, export at saka import is magkapareha. So, balance po talaga siya. Pero ang hinahanap po dyan is best describes or ano yung ideal. So, dapat, mas marami yung export, okay, than it imports para kikita tayo. Okay, yan po yung sagot. Okay. And also, kapag marami po tayong na e-export, that is trade surplus. Tapos pag mas marami po tayong na-i-import, ibig sabihin lugi po tayo, that is trade deficit. Okay. Ayan, ayan. So, soksay shuffle na po tayo. Number 7, which political label is often used to describe leaders who appeal directly to ordinary people by presenting themselves as outsiders, challenging the traditional elite? Okay, so a style commonly associated with Donald Trump, a technocrat, the populist, si authoritarian, and the liberal. Yan. So, nalalabo. Okay, sige. As much as possible. Okay, so lagi kong i-check kung nalalabo. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay. Okay. Ano yung sagot nyo dyan? So, eto, hindi ito yung pagkatanong nung actual. Okay? Pero ang sabi nung mga nag-review sa akin noon, ang sagot nila doon na pinakamalapit ay ito. Okay? Ang sagot tama? Yes. Ang sagot po nila ay populist. Okay? But actually, ang tanong daw doon is, nag-sign daw, this was nung November 2025, nag-sign daw si Trump ng maraming mga laws ba, something ganon. Yan, so he is considered what? Yan, so ang pinakamalapit daw na sagot nila doon ay lahat po sila, ang sinagot nila ay populist. But when I research kung ano yung populist, ganito po yan. Okay, yan yung parang they are presenting themselves na makamasa. Okay, and hindi sila elitista. Yun. Okay? So, perhaps, yun yung sagot kasi syempre kailangan ano mo yung imagination mo. So, perhaps, nung nag-sign siya ng mga laws na yun, baka yung mga laws na yun ay is for makamasa, di ba? So, that is why the sagot there is populist. Okay, yan. So, alam naman niyo yung authoritarian, alam niyo na yung liberal authoritarian, 'di ba? Bossy, yan, liberal, hindi siya traditional. But this is bago tong technocrat. Okay? Ito naman yung technocrat, ito naman yung leader, okay? Kahit hindi presidente, basta any leader, okay? So for example, kahit ikaw na leader ka sa school mo, 'di ba? Technocrat ka, kung ang pinagbabasehan mo sa mga decisions mo doon sa sa kung ano yung alam mo or binibase mo sa alam ng iba na mga experts doon, okay, sa kailangan mong information, kaya ganon. So hindi ka nagpapaano sa nagpapa-pressure sa kung ano yung gusto ng boss mo, yung mga ganon, or kung ano nababasa mo lang na wala namang ebidensya, yung mga ganon. That's the meaning of technocrat. Okay, ito naman, country that practices technocracy. Okay, so ito yung country na most known. Okay, yan. So Singapore po ba yan or Saudi Arabia? Alright. So country that practices technocracy. So Singapore po ba yan or Saudi Arabia? Okay, yan. So, alam niyo ang Singapore talaga maraming sagot, marami talagang mga questions na ang sagot ay Singapore, okay? Kumbaga, 'di ba? Yan. So, ang sagot po niyan ay Singapore, okay? Kasi nga matagal na po, okay? Matagal na po na naging successful, okay, yung economy ng Singapore, okay? Yan. And 'di ba, parang naging maganda talaga okay yung pamamalakad nila. And that is why it's Singapore here. Although hindi naman natin sinasabi na ang Saudi Arabia is not technocracy, di ba? Pero alam naman natin ang Saudi Arabia is meron silang mga monarchs, di ba? So pwedeng most of the time, di ba, is makikinig sila kung ano yung sinabi ng the monarch. Yan, ruling monarch. Number 8, the presence of abundant geothermal energy in Region 8 creates favorable conditions for the development of each type of industry. A, light cottage industry. B, heavy medium trade industry. C, agricultural backyard industry. And D, tourism-based industry. Okay, so tingnan nyo po, abundant, sabi niya. So, ang dami, sobra-sobra. Okay, parang pagmamahal. Okay, yan. So, ano, which industry, okay, ang mostly meron doon because of the favorable conditions brought about by geothermal energy. Yan. Ano na? B or A? Hindi pwedeng dalawa. Mamili ka. Hindi na. Yan, si Real Maturan yan. So, kaka-enroll nila. Okay. Yan, of course. Yan, so abundant na po yan. So sobra-sobra pa sa sobra. And that is why the answer here is heavy medium trade industry. Okay? Kasi nga naman, 'di ba? Pag abundant yung geothermal energy mo, 'di ba? Hindi ka na masyadong nagre-rely sa outside, hindi kagaya dito halimbawa na nagre-rely lang kami sa sa kung sino man nagbibigay ng electricity natin, 'di ba? It is monopolized naman 'yan. So pag wala, wala, 'di ba? Sila, meron silang abundant geothermal energy. So that can support yung mga factories, 'di ba? Mga planta. Okay man. Yung light cottage industry po kasi, these are small scale tapos usually home-based na businesses lang. Okay, so kayang-kaya talaga niyan, 'di ba? Sobra-sobra pa yung geothermal energy. Okay? Yan. So agricultural backyard, alam na natin 'yan. Backyard, diyan ka lang, nagplant-plant ka lang, parang nanay ko, maraming mga talong-talong dito. All right. Ang tourism, maliit pa rin 'yan, 'di ba? Yan, kayang-kaya niyan ng Region 8, 'di ba? So maraming mga paborito yung Region 8 na tanong na to. Okay. Yan. Meron pa yung isang tanong, although pinalabas ko sa ating diagnostic kasi lumabas po yun nung September 2025 tapos naulit nung November ata yon. Yung tanong doon is bakit? Okay, bakit parang baliktad nito bakit maraming heavy medium basta ganun ganun. Tapos ang sagot po nun is kasi meron silang ano yun? Kasi meron silang geothermal energy parang ganun. Okay, yan. Number 9, in Freudian psychoanalytic theory, which part of the personality operates on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification of desires? Okay, the ego po ba yan? B, the superego, C, the id, and D, the conscious. Nabasa ko to kanina kaso inuna ang diagnostic now. Yes. Sir Real, kung si Sir Ben or Ma'am, dahil nakakapasok niyo po, yung diagnostic natin, dalawa na po yung linagay kong diagnostic kasi yung unang diagnostic, 100 halos doon or 90 points ata yun yung lumabas from from June, September at saka November 2025. And then, ngayong pang September natin, gumawa ulit ako ng pangalawang diagnostic kasi most of those ay lumabas namang nung March 2026 yan. So, yan. So, salamat po sa mga ano sa akin, naka-enroll noon kasi sinasabi po talaga nila yung mga lumalabas. Alright. And of course, the answer there, tama po kayo doon. Okay, the id. Okay, pleasure, the id. Okay, yon. Yun yung karnal, di ba? Yung karnal. Yung nasa atin na yon bilang tao. Okay, yan. So, the id, it's the pleasure principle. Yun yung gusto nating laging nasasagot, okay, nagra-gratify, okay, kasi yun nga yung ano natin, yun yung primitive, okay, instinctual part ng ating mind, okay, yun. So, wala tayong, pagdating sa pleasure principle, ang gusto lang natin ay maging masaya, okay, we don't care kung ano man yung consequences, okay, diba? Okay, yan. Yan. So for example, halimbawa galit ka sa sa classmate mo, yung id mo, sabi, sampalin mo na yan, di ba? Pero sabi ng ego mo, uy, wag, sabi niya, logical, di ba? Hindi yan maganda, di ba? The society dictates, di ba? Ganon, di ba? Na hindi yon, hindi okay yan. That's not socially acceptable na bigla ka nilang manampal. Yun yung ego, okay? Yung super ego naman, yun yung morality principle, okay? Yan. So, yan yung nag-e-explain sa'yo kung bakit. Okay? Hindi lang dahil sinasabi ng society na or hindi lang dahil hindi socially acceptable which is the ego, pero dahil yun yung morality mo ba? Yun yung ano mo, yun yung discernment mo between right or wrong. Okay. Sabi niya sa super ego, huwag mong sampalin kasi sabi ng ganito, yan. Halimbawa, sabi ng ano ng church, 'di ba? All right. Yan. So, linagay ko na lang po diyan, okay? This is for the sake dun sa nakakakuha ng ano ng PDF. All right, number 10, what is the title of Jose Rizal's final poem written shortly before his execution? A. El Filibusterismo, B. Mi Ultimo Adios, C. Adios Patria Adorada, and D. Mi Inspiración. Blurred na naman. Huwag yun ang sabihin, alam ko na. Okay. Alright, so parang hindi pa to nawala. Mula nung nag-exam ako, hindi pa talaga to nawala. Every time na lang ata meron. Okay, June 2025, September, November, yan. At maraming mga tanong to, maraming version, di ba? Ang isang tanong is, ano to? Anong kind of literature? So, elegy. Oh, di ba? Why is it an elegy? Okay, because blah, blah, blah. Yan. Okay, kasi it talks about sadness or melancholy. Yan. And of course, the answer there is mi ultimo adios. Okay, yan. So, ang elephant, wala na yan kasi hindi naman poem yan. Okay, adios patria adorada. Parang ito yung first part ata nung ano, di ba? Nung mi ultimo adios. And then mi inspiration. Ito lumalabas din po. Ito ay my inspiration which was dedicated for the mommy, for the mother. Okay, eto na. Okay, who gave the title Mi Ultimo Adios to Jose Rizal's final poem? Yan. So si Father Dacanay po ba yan or Mariano Ponce? Yan. Kasi 'di ba? O lumalabas din po pala 'yon. Yung Mi Ultimo Adios, it was unsigned and untitled. Okay? Walang title, hindi rin na-sign ni Jose Rizal. So, may nagbigay ng Mi Ultimo Adios as ano bago pinublish. Okay. So is it Father Dacanay or Mariano Ponce? Red, red, red. Sure na ba dyan? Bakit 68 kayong nanonood? Sabi mo, 68, 67, 66. Bakit hindi po kayo sumasagot yung iba? Yan. Nakikinig na lang kayo. Yan. Okay, and alright. Okay. So, isa lang ang tumama. Ay, hindi. Okay. Isa lang ang mali. Alright. So, the answer there is si Father Dakanay. Okay, yes. Alright? Ay, marami pala ang nagkamali din. Okay. Alright, kasi ang una po talagang nag-publish niyan ay si Mariano Ponce. Okay, pero ang linagay niyang title is Mi Ultimo Pensamiento. Okay, my last thought. Yun yon. Okay, pero hindi siya hindi ba siya nag-click, 'di ba? Yeah, nung pinublish hindi siya nag-click. So, rina-publish ni Father Dacanay and ginawa niyang Mi Ultimo Adios. Okay, my final uh, farewell. Okay? Yan. Nabago na pala chat. Ano yung chat? Ano yung nabago na yung chat? Ano po yun? Okay. What object, lumalabas din po to ha. What object did Jose Rizal use to hide the manuscript of his final poem, Ultima Diyos, which he handed to his sister Trinidad? Okay, wag niyo pong kalimutan kasi lumalabas din po yun yung kanino niya binigay yon, Trinidad. Okay? Yan. Alright? So, shoes po ba yan or alcohol stove? Yan. So, marami nagkamali ito dati. Alright. Ano? Chat is like guys po. Ano yun? Nabago na po ba ang guys? Garud ang ibig niyang sabihin doon? O, pasensya na ha. Ayusin niyo ng kasi hindi po ako Gen Z. Okay? I'm a millennial. Okay? So, tsagain niyo na yung coach. Alright? And of course, the answer there is alcohol stove. Okay? Or it was in sa is cochinilla. Okay? So, pag wala yung alcohol stove, uh, Pugo, ando naman yung lampara, ando naman yung kotsinilya, yun na yun. Okay, yan. Pero oo nga, meron yung, hindi ko kasi maalala kung ano yung sa shoes, 'di ba? Pero yung sa shoes, ang dun sa shoes, may mga documents nga daw siya na linagay sa shoes, but it's not ano, hindi siya verified. Okay, yan. Number 11, which historical figure is often cited as an example of a charismatic leader who used persuasive rhetoric to gain mass support in Germany during the 1930s? A. Winston Churchill, B. Franklin Roosevelt, C. Adolf Hitler, and D. Joseph Stalin. Okay, so if you want to do backboard, mag-message lang po kayo sa blue app. Asan po yung blue app? Yung blue ang kulay niya na merong ganyan. Ito auto, yan, ganyan, yan. Bawal po kasing sabihin. Okay, yan. Ganyan, message lang po kayo doon. And then, nag-urography pa rin po yung pangalan ko. And then, sasagot po ako. Sasabihin nyo na po, uh, Miss Kay, papasok naman po sa GC. Ganun lang po. Okay? Wag na po yung, hello po. Tapos, ano po yon? Di magsasagot pa ako ng ganyan, di ba? Sayang yung time natin. Alright. Guys, Germany, anong nangyari sa inyo? Germany. Germany. Ilagay niyo po yung number na sinasagot niyo para alam ko po kung nalilate po pala or what. Germany yung hinahanap. Ilagay niyo po yung number, guys. Ilagay niyo po yung number. Yan. Kasi baka hindi ko alam, ang sinasagot niyo pala ay number 10. Kaya nagbibibibi kayong bigla. Okay, please put the number. Okay? Alright, tama. Okay, Germany, syempre, si Adolf Hitler. Yes, tama. Kasi si Winston Churchill, yan, si Winston Churchill is nung sa World War II is siya yung leader ng Great Britain. Okay, yan. Okay. And kilala siya dun sa speech niya na ano. Sige nga po. Anong speech niya ang kilala si Winston Churchill? Yan, ang ganda pa ng boses niya doon. Nan, nan, nan. Nan, 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 nan. Okay, magbigay pa ako ng clue. Okay, is I. Dalawa yung word na yon. I at saka C. Nag-start siya sa I at saka C. Ano yung kanyang, lumalabas din po yon. Yan. The veil. Ganun siya. Ano po sagot? Tama. Okay, very good. Yes, the Iron Curtain. Ang galing-galing, 'di ba? Ano ba labas din po sa ano doon is uh, what is the Iron Curtain? Ang sagot po doon is an imaginary line. Yun yung lumalabas din po yun. Kaya yung Franklin Roosevelt, syempre US po yan. Okay. So, meron po siyang fireside chats. Okay. Ito po yung evening radio niya na kung saan parang directly talking to the American people. Okay. So, nag-uusap siya about economy, yung about sa World War II, yun po yun. Si Joseph Stalin was a leader also, kilalang leader ng Soviet Union at that time. Okay, very good po kayo dyan. Uy, may pumihit na taga-Fugao yan, no? Hello. Okay. Alright, so ito naman, Germany's failure to manage unemployment, inflation, and political extremism in the 1920s and 1930s is often attributed to the weakness of what democratic system? Nazi Party po ba yan or Weimar Republic? Yan. At huwag niyo na sabihin. Okay? Huwag niyo na sabihin na nag-blur. Nakita ko na po. Okay. Red po ba yan? Okay? Or blue? Yan. Okay. So, what was the ruling party at that time? Yan. Na parang sila ang blame. Okay? Sa nangyari sa nung 1920s sa 1930 at saka 1930s, 'di ba, yung sa Great Depression at that time. Okay. Uy, ano to? Nag-ano ba tayo? Nag-ano ba tayo? Ba't wala akong nakikita? Okay, red po ba yan or blue? Kaya po napaka-importante na ilagay niyo yung number para alam ko po kung naglalag. Okay? Red, sabi ni Supetran. Maminda. Okay, red ata, sabi na. And si Kenneth na naman. Ito na naman to. Alright, okay, oy. Sabihin ko sana very good pero very bad, okay, walang tumama, okay, the answer there is Weimar Republic, okay, yan, so, yung Nazi Party, kalaban niya yung Weimar Republic. Okay, yung Weimar Republic, led by Paul von Hindenburg. Okay, kung maliman, blue na lang. Ah! Ay, naku, ito na naman talaga. Okay, so in fact, di ba, sinasabi nga nila at that time na kaya daw lumakas yung Nazi Party kasi they were seen as the savior, okay, nung Germany, nung time, nung Great Depression. Okay, yan. Okay? 12. In anthropology, Aetas and Negritos are identified as part of the country's groups. Urban po ba yan? Urban groups ba yan? The industrial, si indigenous, and the migrants. Okay. Tama ako pero lag. Ay! Okay, tama ang unang hula ko, blue. Ah, di ba? Yan. Okay, so madali na lang 'yan. Ano ba yung lumabas nung March 2025? Although pinalabas ko din naman, guys, tignan niyo yung unahin niyo kasi 1 month to go na lang. Unahin niyo yung sa nasa YT ko, yung mga yung first 4 videos ko pabalik 'yan. Yung nakalagay doon na actual questions, mga actual questions pa talaga yun and concepts. Okay, yan. So unahin niyo yung mga ang daming lumabas last time. Okay. And of course, the answer, tignan niyo yung aking red app. Yan. Okay, and of course, indigenous. Yan, indigenous. Kasi ATAS, Negritos, alam natin, pag sinabi natin ATAS, Negritos, dun sa Mindanao, okay, mga Cordillerans, mga Igorot, yan. So we have distinct ethnic identity. So we are called indigenous. Okay. Yan, stock knowledge. Daming nagkamali dito before. A language used as a medium of communication between groups who have different native languages. Okay, vernacular po ba yan? Or vehicular? Nag-blurred. Huwag niyo na pong sabihin. Alam ko na po. Alright. So, a language used as a medium of communication between groups who have different native languages. Vernacular po ba yan or vehicular? Oy, ang galing sabi niya. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Okay, red, red. Aha. Alright. Keep on tapping the live, guys, please. Malaking tulong po kasi yun sa akin. Okay, bumabalik na po yung ating nasa 100 pa kasi yung grade doon. Nasa 30 plus pa lang tayo. Okay, buti nga hindi. Kala ko nga i-give up ko na yung account ko na to kasi talagang laging nare-restrict. Ngayon is okay na. Pero 2 points kasi yun every live. So matagal pa magiging okay. Alright, and the answer there is, guys, di ba meron yung tanong na, nung Spanish time, ano yung ginagamit sa school as a mode, medium of instruction? Ang sagot po diyan ay vernacular and Spanish. Okay. So ang ibig sabihin ng vernacular, yun po yung language or dialect ng per region. Okay? Hindi naman po yun yung hinahanap. Ang hinahanap po dun ay use as a medium of communication between two groups who have different native languages. Yung native languages, yun po yung vernacular. Okay? Alright, so of course, the answer there is vehicular. Okay, vehicular kasi yun yung lingua franca natin. Okay, so for example, ako, Ilocano ako. Tapos ikaw, Bisaya. O di, kung nag-Ilocano ako, tapos nag-Bisaya ka, hindi tayo magkaintindihan. So we have to have a medium of communication, okay, na magkakaintindihan tayo. Yun yung vehicular. Okay, yan. So that is why the answer there is vehicular. Okay? And then yung vernacular, yun po yung native language natin or dialect. Good eve po. Ano ang schedule nyo sa pag-live dito sa TikTok? Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays po talaga. Okay, pero rinilive ko po to kasi hindi ko na-record last Saturday. Nag-live po ako nung Saturday pero hindi po nag-record. Okay? So, rine-record ko na lang po siya. Parang Filipino, yes, 'di ba? Ang lingua franca, Filipino, ang lingua franca natin dito, 'di ba? Yan. Kung pupunta tayo sa ibang bansa, Pinoy ako tapos yung katrabaho ko is Nigerian halimbawa, di mag-English kami. 'Yon, okay? Number 13, suffrage refers to a citizen's right to a run for public office po ba yan? B, participate in community service. C, vote in the election of leaders and D, access government programs. After nito live, may PDF po ba coach sa Blue Up na page? Pag po naka-enroll po kayo sa akin, meron po. Okay? Pero sa Genet at kasi Soksay po to, sa nagbibigay po talaga ako. Pero pag Genet at saka Prof Ed, yung sa Team Quijano, hindi po ako nagbibigay ng ng PDF. Okay? So, para sa akin enough na po yun na may pa-free Macboard ako, may pa-free live tayo. So, I don't think na magbibigay pa ako ng PDF kasi ayoko pong gamitin ng iba kasi pinaghirapan ko po din po talaga yon. Okay, so I hope you understand. Okay, yan. So of course, ba't may nag-D? Alright, so the answer there is, uy, suffrage, guys, suffrage. Suffrage. Enrolled po kayo saan? Sa ano po? Sa Soksay po? Sa Soksay? Alright, Ma'am Len? Pasensya, hindi, baka kasi iba yung ginagamit mong name dito. Alright, so of course, the answer there is vote in the election of leaders. Siyempre, 'di ba? Yan, suffrage yan. Although marami kasing klase ng suffrage, okay? But for this one, napakasimple. The answer there is letter C, okay? Kasi yung A na run for public office, it could pwede na po sa na ma-under siya sa political um political rights. Okay. Yes po. Ma'am Len, kung naka-enroll po kayo sa Soksay, sa Team Kalipulako, linalagay ko po doon. Okay? Ayan. Si Ma'am Precious. Oh, yes, yes. Nagbibigay po ako. Di po ba, Ma'am Mary? Yan. Nagbibigay po ako doon. Pero sa page po ng Team Kalipulako nyo hanapin, hindi po sa Team Gurography. Okay. Yan. Kanina, di ba, nagtanong ako sa GC, ano yung tawag sa mga hindi makavote? Sige nga po. Salamat po, kaka-enroll lang po kasi. Sino ka doon? Kasi parang 5 ata kayo nag-enroll nung ano. Ayan. Sino po kayo doon? Ma'am Len? Yes, yes, yes. Andun po. Lahat po yan. Yan. So sa GC natin, ninagay ko po to. Ano po yung tawag dun sa hindi makavote? Alright? Ano yung sagot natin dyan? Soksay major. Yung majorship po natin Soksay, hindi po Sokstad. Okay? Yan. So if you want to enroll, mag-enroll po kayo. It's 299. May PDF po kayo, may PDF, may pa-quiz, lahat po yan. Okay, disenfranchise. Tama, disenfranchise. Okay? Okay, disenfranchise, okay lang yan. May pagpipilian naman kayo. Okay, so disenfranchise. Alright. Alright. Kasi nga po, ang right of suffrage is franchisement. Okay, ganyan. Alright. Number 14, which Philippine agency is responsible for monitoring weather conditions and issuing public storm warnings? A, DENR, B, DOSTC, Pag-asa, and DRRMC. Okay, so lumabas po ito nung March 2026. March 2026 ba ito lumabas or November? March 2026 ata. Yan. So lumabas po ito. Yan. Pero feeling ko naman kahit hindi natin na-take to, alam na alam nyo na kasi weather conditions, 'di ba? Yan. And of course, the answer there is tama. Okay? So the answer there is Pag-asa. Okay? So nakwento ko nga po for the sake sa mga hindi alam, nung nagre-review po ako, ang lumalabas po talaga sa mga mockboards is NDRRMC kasi syempre yun po siguro yung actual question na lumabas noon. Okay? So alam mo yun yung halos ganun na ganun yung pagkatanong. Kaya nung actual, nung lumabas to mitigate the risk, blah, blah, blah. Pero ang nakalagay lang po ay VET, okay? Yung volcanic eruption, earthquake, at saka tsunami. 'Di ba? So parang pag mabilis ka talaga, ang sasagot mo dyan ay NDRRMC, lalo na't yun at yun yung gas-gas na lumalabas nung nagre-review ka. Okay? Pero sabi po kasi niya, volcanic eruption, earthquake, at saka tsunami. Those are geographical mga how do you call that? Related dun sa tectonic. Okay? Paggalaw ng tectonics. Ang sagot po dun ay FIVOLCS. Okay? Yan. So, wag niyo pong kalimutan. Okay? Pag VET lang po yung hinahanap. Okay? Mag-mitigate lang yung nangyari sa risk and of course sa aftercare ng VET na volcanic eruption, earthquake at saka tsunami, FIVOLCS po yon. Pero pag kasama po lahat ng natural disasters or any disaster, okay, NDRRMC po yon. Okay, yan. Tandaan nyo yan ha, Char. Okay. Yan. So usually yung mga bagong pasok po ngayon naka-enroll sa akin sa Soksay, usually po pag nagla-live po ako, pwedeng dito muna tayo sa first 15 kasi nga sinishare ko. And then after that, pumupunta po tayo sa Zoom. Pero dahil i-record ko lang po to, re-recording, so hindi na po tayo pupunta sa Zoom. Sa Saturday po, yun po yung ginagawa natin. Okay? Alright. Yan. So, yan. So, basahin nyo na po yung mga naka-PDF na to. Okay, yan. Number 15, what is the primary purpose of the preamble of the Constitution? A, to list the specific rights of citizens. B, to explain the goals, ideals, and guiding principles of the Constitution. C, to outline the structure of the government. D, to enumerate punishable acts under the law. Yan. Yes po na blurred. Yes, yes, yes. Naayos ko na po. Yan. Ano yung primary purpose of the preamble of the Constitution? Tsunami due to typhoon po, still Fivox. I don't, okay, wait lang ha. That's a good question. But I don't think na typhoon alone can cause tsunami. Okay, but I will research ha. Na-curious din po ako. Ang tsunami, ang alam ko is dahil pumutok po yung bulkan. Okay, yung bulkan under. Okay, that causes tsunami. I don't think na typhoon alone can cause tsunami. Okay? Yan. Alright. Baka storm surge po, hindi tsunami. Yan, yung sinasabi nilang daluyong, yon storm surge. Yung sa, yes, 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 that's storm surge. Okay, guys, okay. So, wag po kayo mabore. Okay, so may tanong po kasi, which is yun po yung lumabas nung last time pinalabas natin. Ito daw, sabi niya, ano yung itatagalog? Basta nakalimutan ko na yung pagkatanong talaga. Ano yung dapat na itatagalog? Okay, kasi nangyari nga daw doon nung Hayan. Okay, Hayan is Yolanda, di ba? International name niya ay Hayan. Na hindi naintindihan ng mga Pilipino. Kaya nag-cause talaga ng maraming fatalities at saka destruction. And ang sagot po doon ay um, storm surge. Yan. Kasi nakalagay daw po doon na storm surge. Ang problema, hindi po naintindihan ng mga tao kung ano yung storm surge. Yan. So, sabi ng ano na, from now on, we will use the word daluyong. Okay? The storm surge is yun po yung lumalakas po yung tubig. Okay, yan. So, kaya po, nung lumakas yung tubig, yung yung mga tao sa coastline, okay, syempre, naanod po sila. Okay? Yan. So, na-enlighten po. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome po. Ma'am, yung sa Pacific ang tawag sa typhoon ay, Hatpa. Hatpa. Alam niyo na yan. Hatpa. Okay, yan. Hurricane, Atlantic. Okay, typhoon, Pacific. 'Di ba? Okay. Alright, ano yung sagot natin pala dito? Alright, and of course, the answer there is letter B. Okay, kasi nga yung preamble, yun yung, may tanong pa dito, saan nakalagay yung preamble? Okay, so of course, nasa unahan, di ba, ng ating constitution. Kasi nga, ito yung pinaka-goal niya. Okay, to explain the goals, ideals, and guiding principles of the Constitution. Okay, ito yung to list the specific rights of citizens, okay, against the abuse of the government. Okay, that is Bill of Rights. Okay? Ito yung letter C to outline the structure of the government. Ito yung mga articles, syempre. At kung saan natin nakikita yung yung mga punishment, okay, and penalties dun sa penal code. Okay, ganyan. Alright, so ito yung 1987 Constitution. Okay, alright, so maraming salamat po. Yan, so hanggang 15 lang po yung sinishare ko. Okay, so itutuloy ko po to. Okay, but normally po, pag tinuloy ko po to sa Zoom po tayo, pero dahil i-record ko, hindi, kahit wag na nating okay? Kasi ipopost ko pa din naman po to, okay? I-record ko lang and ipopost ko po. Okay? So wag po kayong malito mga naka-enroll sa akin ha. Yan, ipopost ko po to. Yan, na-discuss ko na po kasi ito last time. Okay, i-re-record ko lang po. Okay, maraming salamat po. So if you want to do mock boards, mag-message lang po kayo sa blue app ko. Yan. And also, marami pa akong YT videos sa YT. So, i-check nyo po, dahil konti na lang yung time, i-check nyo po lahat yung may title na actual let question yan. Tirahin nyo po yun, okay? Marami pong lumabas doon. And hindi ko man may promise pero meron pa rin namang na-recycle. Okay? Alright, so maraming salamat po and the good night. Okay. Okay. Next one. Number 16, in the Philippine legal system, which Spanish-derived term refers to a penalty of imprisonment for a specified minimum period, typically ranging from 20 to 40 years, as cited in Article 3, Section 8 of the Constitution. Okay, so A, reclusion perpetua, reclusion temporal, B, destierro, C, reclusion perpetua, and D, arresto mayor. Okay. And of course, our answer here is, okay, 20 to 40 years. Yan. So, kasi pag sinabi kasi nating reclusion perpetua, life imprisonment, akala natin habang buhay, di ba yan? Pero hindi pala. Okay, yan. So that is 20 to 40 years. 20 years to 40 years. Okay, yan. So, syempre mabigat na po to. So ito yung mga, yung mga crimes, okay? Yung R blank P at M blank RDR. Ito yung mga nabibigyan ng reclusion perpetua. Okay, yan. So, meron naman ako niyan. Alright, yan. So, reclusion temporal. Okay, so mas mababa siya. Okay?